Okay, I just started my video. This is Yolanda. I am in Nacogdoches, Texas with one of our older relatives, one of the oldest in the family. If you don't know him, I would like for you all to meet Clarence Bo McMichael. You want to tell him your age? You tell your age? Do you tell your age, Cousin Bo? Do you tell your age? What age are you?
This is when I was born.
Yes, sir. When were you born?
September 20th, 1920.
1920?
Yeah.
Hush your mouth. You're gonna be 95 this year.
Yeah.
Okay, in September. Ooh, I'm gonna have to come back and have a big birthday party with you. Well, let me tell you all a little bit about Cousin Bo McMichael. He was a coach. He's actually the grandson of former slaves James McMichael and Jane McMichael, Jane Barrett McMichael. And a lot of people in the Nacogdoches area know him because he actually has a school in Nacogdoches named after him. Ain't that a good thing? How many people you know that have a school named after them? Beside you?
I got a granddaughter that's run out of the school. That's her name after me.
McMichael Middle School, right?
Yeah.
All right, then, right in Nacogdoches. How long were you a coach in the city?
Oh, about 40 years.
Woo! Okay, and what did you like most about coaching?
Huh?
What did you like most about coaching?
Like most about it?
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah.
What you like about it?
I played it too. I played football for 40 years.
You okay? And you you coach? Okay. Did you have any state championships?
I went to state quarterfinals about 13 times.
13.
Yeah.
Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Woo, that's all right. And I'm sitting up here looking at him because he looks so much like my daddy. Looking at him, it's like I'm looking at Drayton Wright. I'm looking at the mouth and everything. He reminds me so much of my dad. But I want to show you all a little bit. Now, I don't know. I got my iPhone here, so y'all bear with me. Bear with me while I turn it around. And I want to show you. See, look at that. There he is. He's the real coach. And that's an article from the Nacogdoches paper from February 2005. And he's got all kind of plaques on the wall. He's showing them to me one by one and telling me what they were. Let's see. Okay, what's this one right here? Let me make sure you can see it. Uh-oh, I don't know if you can see it.
That's one down here in the corner.
Oh, down here in the corner? Yes, sir. Okay, down here in the corner. This one right here, Cousin Bo?
No, right above that.
Right above that one. That one. Okay, you want to tell me about that one?
That's the Prairie View.
Oh, for Prairie View. Yeah. It sure is. All right then. Boy, I need to hang around you. Just touch me, Cousin Bo. Rub some of that on me. Thank you. Look, I got to get me. I want to be 94 years old, sitting in the chair, still got my right mind. Can you eat what you want to eat?
Oh, yes.
You can eat what you want to eat?
Huh?
You can eat everything you want to eat?
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Now, we got one more thing to do. I'm here with his daughter, Sue. Oh, okay, she don't want to be in the video, but Sue, just come along, talk to me. I want to show you all this house. Okay, let me figure out how to turn it.
It was built in the 1890s.
Okay, come. We're gonna take you a tour of this house. Okay. Sue doesn't want to be on camera because we just came to see Cousin Bo. Okay. This house was built in the 1890s.
And this is the wood from the original house that was taken in and just put into kind of a placard to remember
Okay.
the home. And these are the original walls in the hall in the lower level. And
I can look at these doors and tell that these are the original doors.
yes.
So all this is original.
And that's artwork by my dad's son, Clarence, or my brother.
Okay.
And
But I want you to tell me the history of the house about it being used as a hospital.
well, this is from this entrance. This room in here was typically used for boarding purposes. When people would come, and when they would board people, Peggy would be one, but there were many. They would come and they would be going to school, like high school, and they would finish here and they would stay in this room. This fireplace was open and very usable. Still can be. We're just not using it at this point. And so this was kind of set up with different beds so that they would just bunk in here.
Okay.
And then all of the furniture that's in here was furniture from the original home that has been restored. And
Make sure you can see it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to show this table. Maybe I need to go down a little bit, okay? In the original rocking chair.
yes.
And when she talks about this house being used as for boarding, the people in the country didn't have a local high school, but Nacogdoches had a colored high school.
That's exactly
E.J.
right.
Campbell Colored High School. That's where my dad went. So Geneva is about 30 miles away, and this family, the McMichael family, opened their home. They took in the boarders, the high school students. So they all lived here. That's what she refers to when she said this was used for boarders. They had beds on the side. You just piled up in here. The whole goal was for you to get an education. So if you got little hard-headed kids that don't want to go to school, want to act crazy and ditch school, let them know that that is how much people valued education, that they would actually send their children to another city, pay to live with someone. They had to pay room and board
Right.
just for them to get an education.
And then they would go on to the Wileys and the Prairies and the Texas Southern.
Got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Or the bishop. I think my grandmother with the bishop. Okay, so now,
And then this
she don't want to be on camera.
This was really another boarding room. And but this was really kind of intake for patients,
Okay.
as I understand it. And so this room was added on after the original house was built. It was renovated so that you would have two rooms. This would be the intake room for patients.
Okay, can you explain the intake room for patients? We didn't talk about the hospital yet.
Okay, this is a hospital setting. At that time, blacks could not go to the hospitals. And so when babies were born or when there were surgeries that needed to occur, then people would then come here and they would use this as an intake kind of and a healing place in this room. So there would be beds in here too, as well as a sitting area for people when they were waiting to see the doctor. Any surgeries that occurred would occur in this room.
Okay, we're going into the operating room now. Okay, so the room that we just left, that was more like a waiting room if you go to an emergency room.
Or an infirmary.
Okay.
Where you would heal for healing
Okay,
purposes.
so this is the actual operating
This was
room.
the actual operating room.
Wow. Were the
And
doctors
white
black or
doctors-
white?
White doctors would come in.
Mhm.
Dr. Taylor was one. And also black doctors. We had Dr. Hanson who would come in and also do some births and some surgeries.
Okay, I hope you all can see the pictures. This is the door frame. Oh, I wish I had a real camera, but we just gonna make this do what it do. I'm turning around so you can see the room. Okay, this is the actual operating room. Did you add this bathroom or was it here? Okay. Okay, would there be more than one patient in here at a time?
Yes, it could be.
Okay. Wow, the doctors would just come and spend their time. How would people pay him? Would they pay him with the chicken or with their time, or did it have to
Whatever
be
they
cash?
had, whatever
Okay.
they had. And I would say that not everybody could come, but those,
Okay.
for the most part, it was open.
Okay,
for
very
all
interesting. Okay, was the hospital open 24 hours a day and people would just come and have to wait until the doctor came?
Yes, it was.
Did he come daily or just certain days?
It's my understanding that anytime there was a need, the doctor
Okay.
would come.
Okay,
And
All right.
really, there were midwives.
Okay,
who
let me show you
also
all this door. Keep
were
going.
midwives who were a part of this whole
I
process.
hope you can see this door.
And so they too would be a
Okay, so
part
the
of, the midwives would be a part of everything that happened. So not necessarily the doctor all the time.
And the midwife would be similar to a nurse practitioner.
Absolutely.
Okay, look at the,
Not
You
necessarily
can see.
trained, but
Okay.
just knowledgeable.
is this the water pitcher? And that's all pewter. Okay. Well, very interesting. Okay, anything else?
And of course, the William Goen story is very much a part of the history of he was a free man when he came to Texas. And so his story became a very powerful story for those who had been enslaved.
Oh, really? Okay, I've never heard of him. I'll have to read that.
He owned lots and lots of land
Okay.
and has a powerful story.
Wow. Well, we really appreciate her taking us on a tour of the house, and they're in the process of having this house become a historical site, right?
It
You
is.
working? It is already a historical site. Well, congratulations. Well, I'm back here with Mr. Bo. She took us on a tour of the house, cousin Bo. Coach Bo, did they call you Coach?
Huh?
Did they call you Coach at school?
I was told they know me by
His coach.
As Coach.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
Well,
He
but
just-
this room was a dining room.
This was the dining.
Oh, you got to see
Okay.
Cousin Peg. Cousin Peg was actually a boarder in this house.
Peggy can tell it. Let her tell.
Her name is actually Janie Canton. We call her Peg. And when you were in high school, this is where you lived.
Right. And I carried you to the room that I slept in.
Yes, ma'am.
And this was the
white-
boarding room where
and
we
white
ate.
back up there.
Where we ate. We had a dining room table in here, and where all of us ate together.
How
and
many?
ain't-
Okay, I'm sorry.
How many of us was? I wish I could give you the exact number, but I knew it was me and Miss Sykes
I was
and another lady.
I was
Seemed like
the
she
second
at that
black.
time she had
I was
three.
second black.
Three.
Hold on just a second, Cousin Peg.
Coaches.
Okay, he's still telling me about his plaques, okay?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
And the
Okay.
white one is the Texas Hall of Fame.
Okay,
He was
right here.
Is the second black to be placed into the Texas high school coaches Hall
Oh
of
Lord,
Fame.
y'all got to bear with me with this camera, please, dude. Just you know what? As my pastor daddy says, eat the meat and throw away the bone. Okay, I want you to get the history. So, cousin Bo, you said you were the second black in the Texas Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Can y'all see what we got in our family? Boy, I'm telling you, you ought to be Geneva proud. You ought to be. Were you born in Geneva or were your parents?
Oh, I was born here.
Nacogdoches.
Oh, you were
We
born in
living
Nacogdoches.
We were living in Geneva at the time.
Yes, sir. But you were born here.
Huh?
Were you born in this house or in this city?
I was born here in this house.
What you say?
Yeah.
Wow, how interesting. Okay, but your parents were born in Geneva and your grandparents were from Geneva.
Yeah.
Do you recall anything about your grandparents, James and Jane Barrett McMichael? Do you know anything about them?
Yeah. My grandparents, they were teachers. He was south of the border there, around Geneva. He was Geneva, St. Augustine, Jackson. Through there, he operated. He was educated down through that area.
Okay.
And my grandfather on my mother's side, Reverend Lawson Reed, he made 56 churches. He organized 56.
Organized 56 churches. What? Okay, I saw the one down the street. That's another historic church.
Yeah, that down the street there. Yeah, he organized that one.
What?
Yeah.
Look at here. Can you see how black folks had it going on with no money, very little money, very little education? You know we don't have no excuse. We don't have no excuse to be half-stepping. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You're really using that for a great teaching tool.
This is great. This is great. Okay, I'm sorry. So he organized 56 churches.
Yeah.
in East Texas.
In East Texas. Wow. What denomination?
Baptist.